Hello everyone, and welcome to the Vintage Needle Crafter. My name is Laura. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome back to my channel. This is my little corner where I love to sit down and talk about knitting and crochet and do tutorials for you from time to time. So how is everyone doing so far this summer? I hope you're having a wonderful one. I sure did. Last week I went to camp with a group of my church ladies and we had a most wonderful time. Yeah, it was good weather, had a lot of fun, a lot of good food, just an all-out wonderful time, and I'm really glad that I went. So what I have been up to this week, well, I started on a few different projects while continuing in those that I have already completed. Now, I do not at this time have any finished objects to share except for this headband. Just this headband that I made. It's another one of those that I showed last week. This was with the blue merino wool, held double with a darker shade of blue. So I really enjoy these a lot. I've been using them quite a bit, and yes, they do machine wash very nice. I washed them in cold water with the rest of my colored clothing and just laid it on top of my dryer so that it would dry. I did not put them in the dryer because these are just little plastic headbands that you can get at Amazon, or you can also go over to Hobby Lobby where I have gotten these. So, what new projects have I been working on? Well, this one here, I'm kind of just going to, I'm going to kind of just go through WIPs with you and show you a couple new projects. I'll start with the ones that I have been working on. This here was a sweater that I showed you last time. I'm not sure if I have put on any more progress or not. But this is a nice, heavy, thick sweater for fall. It is a pattern that I had self-drafted that I put into a tutorial called the My Version Ranunculus. I have a complete tutorial on this. I would love to have some test knitters knit this if you are interested. Now is a good time of year to cast on things for the upcoming fall season. But there that is. I ran out of this color, so I had to add different colors. And I'm just going to make it striped with the colors going down as I complete it. It's just a number 4 weight acrylic yarn that I had got from the thrift store, and I love the golden color. Gold is one of my favorite colors for fall. So I've been working on that, and that is knitted. And oh, well, excuse me, I do have one knitted complete object. I forgot about this in the bag. My apologies. These, I wanted to show you these. These aren't nothing special looks-wise, but I had made these, and these are a set of knee warmers. My son works and at a job to where he runs a forklift in a freezer where it is 0 or below 0 degrees. So he has protective clothing, but he did request that I make him some knee warmers, and these are wool. Now, the special thing about them is, I have it here in my bag, was this wool here. Now this is Black Welsh Mountain, and Black Welsh Mountain is a kind of rough and rustic, it's a rustic wool, but it's very thick and lofty and warm when you knit it up. I got this roving, I have a little bit left, from Etsy. And if you just type in Black Welsh Mountain over there on Etsy, you'll find it. I think I got this from Rockbridge Farms, and it comes in this long strip like this. And I spun it and then double plied the yarn, 2 strands. This, I think I still have the card. Yes. This is the card from Rockbridge Farm. Mountain and Romney sheep. And there's their little, there's the, on the other side of the card, you can see there, it says Black Welsh Mountain. It was fun to work up. Now, I wouldn't want this as a sweater right next to my skin, especially up around my face, but this would make a wonderful vest because it's so thick. It's very nice and very thick. And I just done a 2 by 1 rib, knit 2, and then purl 1 for the ribbing. And this is going to go over his knees. And I have quite enough left. I'm thinking maybe a pair of leg warmers for myself because I do get cold down around my ankles. So like maybe something over the boots, or maybe something just over my ankles. When I put my knee socks on in the winter will be very nice. But yeah, that is a finished object. I made these on a number 8 knitting needle, and I casted on 36 stitches and used a, I did a magic loop and just put it on a number 47-inch needle. And this is my yarn. It's a number 4 weight. You can see that. This yarn had a lot of veg matter in it, which I still had to pick out, as you can see, here and there, as I was knitting with it even. I tried to get some of it out in the spinning, but it didn't all come out. It was still stuck in there, so it wasn't the cleanest wool. It was already washed and carded and everything and put in roving strips when I had received it. But yeah, I had to just kind of sit there and pick out some of the veg matter as I was knitting. Okay, now the next things I'm going to show you are crocheted. Now, in the background here, you see the top, the summer top that I had completed. I did get some requests asking if I would do a tutorial, and I did say yes, I'm going to do one. In fact, I am in the process of it now. I've got the second one here. This is the one I'm doing in the tutorial. And I will try to get that tutorial all finished for you about, it should be another week from now. So what I think I'm going to do after this podcast goes out at the end of this week, by the end of next week, I'm going to have that tutorial out for you, so I won't have a podcast. And that'll give me time to catch up on my current works in progress. So this is what I've got done on it. The same V-stitch, only this time I'm using a number 4 weight yarn and making my size, making an extra large size this time instead of the regular large. And I'll explain in the tutorial how you can do it for your size. This is for all sizes. It's all size inclusive. You can even make it for your children or your toddlers, all sizes. So that's just progress I've got on that. I'm using just a number 4 weight kitchen type cotton. You can use that type of cotton, but I recommend using a larger hook, which for this I used a 5.5. It'll give it more drape that way, and it's pretty loose and flowy. So yeah, and I'm in the center adding this rainbow cotton, so this didn't all get put into dishcloths. I did find something now that I'm going to make with it. Yeah, and this is going to be a good large size, extra large. So there's that. And I was in the mood to cast on, or well, not cast on, but crochet up another shawl. I like giving these as gifts. So I started one with just some scrap blues that I had. And here is the progress so far on this, as you can see. It's real pretty. I like the blue colors going down, and then I add a little bit of green in there. Yep. And I'm just using, you know, whatever I have around. This in here is some hand spun that I had. It's acrylic, but it's hand spun. It was some of that really huge chain spun yarn that you find in the craft stores like Hobby Lobby, and you can take it apart and re-spin it. My apologies, I thought I had to sneeze. But I'm getting it almost done. It still has a little ways to go because I like my shawls coming down a little bit more. It's just sitting right over my shoulder, and I like them to be down to my elbow. So I'm gonna kind of look around and scratch around and see if I can find some more shades of blue or turquoise, maybe some black. I could put some black in this too. That would be nice of the edge. So yeah, that's what I have so far on that. So I just kind of set it down till I go find some more yarn. And I do. I have all sorts of yarn here and there in different places in my craft gym. Okay, and that's Granny Stitch, by the way. This is Granny Stitch. A while back in my podcast, I had done one that was a patriotic colors. I gave that to a dear friend. Hello, dear friend, if you are watching, you know who you are to receive that patriotic shawl. But to start these, let's see if I can show you here. You start down here at the center bottom, if you can see that, and you start with a chain 2, and then in that chain you close it with a slip stitch. It makes a little hole there in that chain, a little tiny ring, and then in that ring you chain 3 and do 2 double crochet, and then chain 3 and do 3 more double crochet, turn it, and at each end you're adding 3 double crochet. The center will be 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. And you just keep repeating that and repeating that and repeating that until it goes along straight, and you have this wonderful triangle Granny Stitch, which is my favorite stitch, you all know. And it makes a lovely shawl. I'm thinking, ooh, wouldn't that be really lovely with some colors of gold, burgundy, brown, burnt orange? Yeah, feeling the fall vibe. I'm really wanting to do this one, and I want to do another one. These make very good gifts. Plus, they use up that stash yarn that you normally have stored away. Okay, for the next project, I'm not even sure. I can't remember if I even shared this with you last time or not. I think I did. This is the James C. Brett yarn. And I can't remember what number this was, but you could go over there on Wool Warehouse and get some. This is challenging to crochet, and it does not frog out when you crochet with it very well. Yes, I think I did share this with you last time, but I was not very far along. But I have gotten quite a ways on this now, and I wanted to put it on so you could kind of see what this is. Now, this is a pattern by MJ's Off the Hook Designs, and it is a crochet hooded cardigan. I'm just trying to get the hood up for you. It's going to be a little hoodie. And the yarn, even though it's challenging to frog back out, still, I'm going to move you back a little bit so you can see the whole thing here. Oh, excuse for the noise. there's a little bit further back. And I haven't finished the band around the bottom. I do have it on this side. So I've got to finish around the band here, around the edge. I finished one sleeve. Then I've got to finish the second sleeve, and then I'm on to the rib for the front with the buttonholes. It makes a cute little hood, But I really like the colors on this one. I'm going to move you back forward now. There we go. So it's nice for chilly fall weather. And it's granny stitch. It's granny stitch. Now, MJ's Off the Hook Designs has the complete tutorial for this. So head on over to see her, and it is the, I think the name of it was Granny Cardigan. Not sure on that. I'm not sure on that. I will look for you, and I will put what the name of it is here and down in the bottom of the video. So I want to make sure that you find it over there on YouTube. She has just been cranking out summer things, early fall things now. She has a really long duster that I want to make. It's all V-stitch. Yeah, so there that is. I love the striping of this yarn. And I only had 3 of these to complete this project. And what I have done so far only took 1, and this is the rest of the second one, and then I have 1 more. So I think I should have enough to finish it. If not, I know where to get more yarn. But it doesn't, it doesn't feel itchy or anything on my skin. I completed a self-drafted knitted cardigan a few months ago with lace around the circular yoke. And I find that it comes up around my neck, and I find it's a little bit scratchy up around my neck up in here. But this one, not at all. Not at all. The only thing is, I need to be careful when I'm crocheting this and make sure I follow the pattern and pay attention, because I did have to frog a little bit back, and I lost at least 2 or 3 yards of yarn. Plus, it took me over 2 hours just to frog a little bit back. So yeah, caution with this yarn. Take your very, very good time in making. Make sure you like the project. Be sure you do the pattern, all that. So I'm going to take this off now. It's getting a little warm. But yes, there is that. So not too much more to do. It's just that I've got distracted with other projects. So, and I didn't take this with me to camp. I didn't take it with me to camp. The only thing I really worked on when I was at camp was my son's leg warmers. I finished, and then I started that shawl. So that was all I worked on. Now, for the last and final whip that I have going on this week is a knitted project. And I really wanted to cast on a pair of these while it was still warm, because in the winter, my fingers get cold and quite stiff. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I casted on a pair of toe-up, 2 at a time socks. And I have these over here. It's just plain vanilla sock, just my own little thing going. When you cast on the toe-up, 2 at a time socks, the way it casts on is, I'll probably close that in, but can you see it's seamless. You don't really necessarily have to sew the toes, which is very nice. The way it casts on with one side of the needle to the other, it turns out like that in the toe. And I think it's really nice. I don't have to do any sewing. I may on these because I was a little bit loose with the stitches. This was a thrift store yarn, and I have no idea if it's wool or acrylic or what it is. All I know is it's soft and it feels very warm. I'm guessing it's probably just an acrylic yarn, but it'll wear well. I don't think it's wool. I'm not sure. I haven't given it the burn test or anything like that. But this was one big giant ball, and I just wound it, into 2 separate balls, because when you're working these, you'll work one side and then you'll come across and you'll pick up the yarn for the next one. So I have a book that explains it. It's out there on the internet called Toe Up 2 at a Time Socks. And it's not too hard to learn. I mean, it did take me a couple of tries, but I've made so many pairs now that I have it up here with the cast on and how to do them. And I have my own certain way that I do my heel and everything of the like. The only thing I do when I make socks is sometimes I'll make up a little pattern design up in the foot portion and the leg portion, but other than that, it's just the same way I cast on, going toe up every time. So I'll share with you more of my progress when I get that going. But next week, watch out for the tutorial for the summer top here. I wanted to get it done for you while there was still some summer left, So it's quite easy to make, and this one is working up fast because of the thickness of the yarn. The thickness of the yarn and the size of the hook really is making it come along really fast. If you're a pretty quick crocheter, you probably will crank this out in a few days to maybe at most a week. So I hope you all enjoy that coming up. Okay, I think that was everything I had today. It's a little bit shorter podcast, but you all take care and enjoy the rest of your summer days, because before all too long, they'll be coming to a close. I noticed the algorithm out there is already talking about autumn, fall makes, fall cardigans. I am still working on Sheila's knit along. I have 2 sleeves to finish on that, then the buttonhole band, and then the sewing it together. So it's going to be a little time yet. Also, I want to cast on a couple of cardigan sweaters for my sons. There's that. And then also I have some pink wool yarn plus some mohair, pink mohair, that I want to do another sweater with. So I have some busy plans for fall. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye. So you all take care. I thank you very much for staying here and watching. Please be sure to give this a nice thumbs up. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care, and I'll see you again on the next